Today in Crypto. Jordan Peterson's journey into Bitcoin is an interesting one for all intents and purposes. After talking with Drive Sfidinamis, Peterson has now dug his heels deeper into the market. Drive Sfidinamis is an author that is well known in the crypto industry for his book titled The Bitcoin Standard. Following the success of this book, he had released another book titled The Fiat Standard as a follow-up to the first book. Peterson has grown a large following as an author, clinical psychologist, and podcast host. He regularly talks about finance-related topics on his podcast titled The JBP Podcast. Related reading: VanEck Bitcoin Futures ETF gets SEC green light after spot rejection. The Canadian author had hosted 4 guests/experts on his podcast where they talked about Bitcoin and the technology behind the digital asset. Peterson is an investor in the cryptocurrency, convinced of its importance to the future of the financial marketplace, and recently, he announced that he has added to his Bitcoin holdings. Here's why. Jordan Peterson had Drive Sfidinamis as a guest on his podcast, where the latter talked through some of the important aspects of the digital asset. The monetary system of Bitcoin has always been interesting and unique in the way it worked, and the author shed more light on this part of it. In addition, Amos also talked about the tech side of things. Peterson had his questions answered by his guest, who eloquently explained the nuances of the technology in terms that the average listener could understand. One of these was the fact that Bitcoin is controlled by no one. The author stressed the fact that there really was no one pushing buttons behind the scenes when it comes to the asset. "There is nobody with a master key," said Amos. "Bitcoin's decentralization is one of the most attractive features of the asset. This," Amos said, "is what drives the attention being paid to Bitcoin. Fiat money is entirely controlled by governments and more can be printed/created at will. Bitcoin does not have this problem given its lack of central control. It is a neutral money that nobody can control," the author pointed out. After the podcast was completed, Peterson took to Twitter to express his satisfaction with the episode. It seems that conversing with Drive Sfidinamis made a lasting impact on the clinical psychologist. Judging from his tweet, Peterson revealed that he had purchased some more Bitcoin after talking to the author. "My pleasure. Learned a lot. Bought some more Bitcoin. Inflation be damned." Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, at Jordan Peterson, November 16, 2021. Related reading: There are more people using Bitcoin wallets than bank accounts, says El Salvador president. In Peterson's tweet, he uses the phrase "inflation be damned." Bitcoin, which is widely known as the digital gold, has proven its value to investors as a hedge against inflation, and it seems Peterson is hip to this use case. Returning 200% year-over-year gains, BTC has become the asset of choice for investors who are looking to protect their portfolios from the devastating effects of inflation. Moreover, with inflation rates predicted to keep growing, demand is expected to rise for Bitcoin, in turn leading to higher values. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.